Okay, so for today's video, we have a video that's been going viral. It's titled Trans Guy Realizes It's Hard to Be a Man. It's a short clip, but without further ado, let's get into it.
Nobody told me how lonely being a man is. I had closer friendships with random women I met in the bathroom before I transitioned at clubs because of how open women are than I've had in my 8 years of transitioning. Because women are just so much more vulnerable and deep than men.
Okay, sorry to laugh. I understand this person might be going through a lot here, but I mean, this is the life you've chosen. Welcome to reality. This is what, men all around the world know. Now, it's interesting that, they say trans women are women and trans men are men. So if this person knew that they were always a man, even within these 8 years, it shouldn't have taken them this long to realize this, because they should have known that this is what men deal with, right? Because that's how they feel. They feel like a man. They are a man. Very interesting. And yeah, of course, you're going to find a lot more connections with random women that you met at a club in the bathroom, because that's what women are. Women are interested in people, men are more interested in things, right?
Women are just so much more vulnerable and deep than men. But to have known, and I think a lot of trans men feel this, is we knew what depth felt like before we transitioned. We knew what it felt like to have people want to hug us
Because you're women.
and to have people want to talk to us and to have a community. And then you transition and you're just a guy walking down the street that people cross the street so that they're not near you.
Welcome to reality.
And friendships are so much harder to build.
I mean, I think to that point it's harder to build because you're trying to create friendships with other men in the lens and the eyes of a woman. It's not that difficult for men to bond or become men, like friends with other men, but it's harder than women do with women, for sure. But if you're trying to use the same tactics that you used as a woman to become friends with men as a trans man, and I gotta give it to this person, very, very well passing as a male. If the tears and the voice was a little bit, like, if the tears weren't there and maybe the voice was slightly deeper, I would have 100% thought this was probably a dude. Um, so kudos to them, but yeah, you can't just, again, grow some facial hair and a mustache, be on testosterone, and think like now you're a man or you know what they deal with.
And people are colder. What's hard is none of this invalidates how real and raw women and people who are in marginalized groups feel about cis white men. All of that's valid. But
What? How can you come onto a platform or make a video saying that women and marginalized people are valid on how they feel towards straight white men, yet you yourself have become a straight white man? Or I guess you're not, maybe you're straight. I don't know what you would consider this person, but you've created yourself to be a white man, in quotations, but straight white men are the ones that apparently have all the power and are the top of the, cream of the crop and all that stuff. So you you kind of like conflating both. You can't have both. You can't be the best but then also understand why you're struggling so much and why you're so lonely and this and that. Like, the mental gymnastics here don't add up.
I also now understand why the suicide rate is so much higher in men. Because this shit is lonely. And I'm an emotionally mature man. I know how to build friendships, and
Whoa.
it is still really, really hard.
Okay. Again, kudos to you, but you can't say you're an emotionally what was that? Emotionally mature man when one, you're not a man, you're a biological woman who's transitioned into being a man. And again, you're looking at how you used to build relationships in the eyes of a woman. Men don't build emotional relationships that way. Oh, this person is just so confused, and I feel sorry for them in the sense of like that they've done this to themselves. Also, not because again, you've done this to yourself. Like you kind of make the bed that you lay in, but I don't know.
I know how to build friendships, and it is still really, really hard. Try to think about how you can, in your small little community where you feel safe, can reach out to the men in your life and just help them feel maybe seen for a moment. Or do
Do not do that. Do not do that. Do not do that. Men don't need validation like that. Men typically feel validated by having a purpose, getting up, and knowing that they're doing something throughout their day for a goal, whether that's making enough money to pay the rent or provide for their children or their wives or their spouse or whoever. Like, men aren't out there being like, oh my God, I just wish I had somebody to talk to today. I'm struggling so hard today. If I just had somebody's ear to listen, like men aren't doing that. Men don't need that. So I would say do not listen to this advice. Don't take that.
feel maybe seen for a moment? Or do little conversations to help their emotional maturity so that they can reach out to people and have deeper guy friendships.
Oh my gosh, deeper guy friendships. Listen, men appreciate when things are done when they don't need
To help their
when they don't need to ask for things to be done. Like, you come home from work, the food is made for them, or before you leave for work, maybe you have all their stuff laid out for them. Like, men appreciate little things that women do or their partner does for them. Having conversations or becoming a little bit more emotional with them is not a way to construct a better relationship with a man. Just show them that you appreciate them in other ways versus these communications that you think are going to help. Also, I think in regards to this suicide part that they were talking about, I think that has more to do with trans men. I think their suicide rate is a lot higher, especially trans men of color. But hey, like I said, you lay in the bed you make. So, but I'd love to hear what you guys think about this one, and I will catch you guys on the next one.